Hi ladies, I thought I would just share a little bit with you about our first Sage Awakening circle that we held last night in Markula. We had a small group of ladies who came along. It was a lovely evening, and some of the things that came up was, do I first of all fit into that bracket of midlife? One lady said she was 42 and just kind of wondered, but I had to sort of reassure her it's not a numbers thing. It is very much about, well, have you felt like your values and your focus and energy has shifted in some way? Well, if it has, yes, you could say that you're in that period of time in your life of midlife. And certainly it can stretch all the way to the other end of 65, maybe even up to 70, depending on who you are. We had talk about how our roles and our perceived identity can shift during this period of time. One lady brought up the topic about what's changed for her is her self-worth. And we did actually sort of pose the question, well, this is about personal development. So where do we want to strengthen? What do we want to strengthen in ourselves? Where do we see that we'd like to create a shift for ourselves? So that's a lovely way to start the year. Less about what do you want to achieve in terms of goals and external things, but more a case of what do we want to strengthen, improve, or see shift within ourselves. And for this lovely lady, it was about self-worth. She wants to strengthen that. And so we shared some experiences. At the end of the evening, I pulled some cards to do some card reading, which was a lovely way to just deepen some insights for these women on their current focus and energy and what's coming up for them in 2026. We also talked about, whether or not we perceive midlife as being a crisis or an awakening. It's, midlife is often termed as being a crisis, but I guess it is if you're unaware and you're hit by a sudden event that becomes a catalyst for your own self-assessment or change of direction. For others, for them it's an awakening, an opportunity to start to come back to the truth of who you are and remember or rediscover your natural gifts and talents and how you'd like to strengthen that and utilize that in your life and live with a little bit more meaning and purpose. Anyway, I anticipate that we're going to have fabulous conversations this year. It is going to be an opportunity for those who live locally to come together for a face-to-face connection, which is always beautiful. I think, for many of us, we're feeling like we really could get a lot of benefit from that face-to-face connection. It's 2 hours, probably going to aim for mid-month, and I will let you know when the next one is. And for those, of course, who live further afield, and a lot of you are interstate, some of you overseas, you can have the same experience on the Sage Awakening Circle that is online. And I'd love it if you could let me know if you're interested in that, because I have it all set up there ready to go. And for those of you who are not ready to embrace a program for your inner work, but rather you'd like a touch point every month, this is the perfect way to do it. And as your spiritual life coach, I am so dedicated. It is my passion to facilitate your individual journeys and your growth so that you're living happier, healthier, and healthier lives, and feeling like you are really feeling aligned as yourself, regaining that sense of confidence from that inner confidence, that real standing in your truth kind of feeling for you, and enjoying your life. Well, that's it for me. It was just a quick share, and to say thank you for those lovely ladies who came. We all enjoyed it, and you are so welcome if you would like to come to the next one. All right, my friends. Chat soon. Bye.